You already know quite a bit about the algebra involving polynomials. To this, we're going to add your ability to divide polynomials. So let's start by thinking about what we already know. Consider two polynomials, f of x equals x plus 3, and g of x equals x squared plus 5x plus 6. Now, already we know how to do three things with these two polynomials. We can add them and say that f of x plus g of x is x plus 3 plus x squared plus 5x plus 6. And as usual, when we add, we just combine like terms to say that f of x plus g of x is x squared plus 6x plus 9. We also already know how to subtract polynomials. So let's look at f of x minus g of x. Now f of x is x plus 3. Now remember that we're subtracting each term in g of x. So when we combine like terms, we must consider that those g of x terms are negative, and we're going to end up with negative x squared minus 4x minus 3. The last thing you know how to do already is to multiply two polynomials together. If you consider f of x times g of x, it's simply going to be a matter of distributing every item from f of x onto g of x, and you'll have a multiple. Now, we really don't know how to divide polynomials, and it's our last sort of basic step in polynomial algebra. Let's start out this evening with a division review. So, how many times does 4 go into 8? You would put a 2 up top because 4 goes into 8 twice. You would bring down that 2 and multiply it by 4, put an 8 underneath the 8, and you would have 0 left over for remainder. This is really supposed to be bringing back those 4th grade division skills that you learned a while ago. Now let's see how many times 4 will go into 376. 4 goes into 37 9 times, so notice, watch my gray arrows. I'm visualizing that 9 coming around and multiplying by the 4. I put a 36 underneath, I subtract, and I bring down anything left over, and now I've got a 16. So how many times does 4 go into 16? It goes there 4 times, so I put a 4 up in my quotient, bring down the 4, multiply it by 4. That is 16, and I'm done. Now, how many times does 4 go into 93? Well, 4 goes into 9 twice. 2 times 4 is 8. 9 minus 8 leaves me with 1, and I bring down the 3. Now 4 goes 3 times into 13, and 3 times 4 is 12. This leaves me with a 1, and it's left over because 4 doesn't divide into 1 as well. This is, if you recall, a remainder, and it's often written up by your quotient with an R of whatever it is. Let's talk about vocabulary for a second. When I look at 4 divided into 376 equals 94, 4 is called my divisor, 376 is called my dividend, and the answer, or what you have at top, is called your quotient. And quotient may look better if I were to write 376 divided by 4. This is what you usually call a quotient, but this is equal to 94, and this is called a quotient as well. So one more taste of what's coming. Now, what we're going to do instead of just numbers is divide things like x into x squared. So I ask myself, what do I need to multiply x by to end up with 2x squared? So I think I multiply x times 2x. So I put 2x in my quotient, bring it around, put 2x squared underneath, subtract like normal, and in this case I have no remainder. Now this works, and you can check it because the divisor times your quotient is going to be your dividend. In this case, x times 2x equals 2x squared.